Thank you for making it till here. I'm Jagriti, and welcome to this space for people who are new to this space, and for people who have already been here and watched all the all the four videos of how I am who I am. Thank you for doing so, and do share it with people who you know who would be interested in such topics. For people who are new to this space, Human Habit is a space where color meets conscious living. I'll be sharing about fashion, food, lifestyle, about my travel stories, about my everyday habits that brought me change. Today is an important topic about how people in spaces affect us a lot, affect our surroundings, affect our aura of who we are. So, to get this into a picture, I'll be sharing a beautiful example about mixed cropping. So, in mixed cropping, you would have seen that whenever we do mixed cropping, we always have a different set of plants altogether that support each other in the well-being. Let's say if one is a pollinating plant, one will be a water retention plant, one has a great capacity of storing sunlight and providing shade. So if I take tomato guild. In tomato guild, pomegranate supports tomato, it supports marigold. There are a lot of other plants that are there in the ecosystem. Same happens with us, with our friend circle and with the people we be with. We always see that in everything there is a balance. If I'm a person who is who is introvert and who wants to develop that skill of confidence of speaking on the stage, and if I want, so we always seek people or surround ourselves with, either we want to uplift ourselves in something, or either we want to amplify our energy levels. So it always happens in that way. I could be wrong, I could be right. So do share in the comments, what do you feel of how people in surrounding affects us a lot. So now how this got shift in my life was during my college days. You have of course you have a lot of people in your circle, and a lot of different streams. Like if I was from fashion department, there are other departments like interior, jewelry, graphic, and it's not necessary that you only make friends from fashion department. You can make them from interior department, you can make them from jewelry department. Same happened with me. I was a person, so I was having, so in foundation year we all are together, right? So during that time, now foundation year is like the basic year. So it's the like main year where you explore different materials. So it's like you are think it like these departments are like different set of people, and now you're exploring on what is meant for you, what is meant for being in your circle, that does not affect you in a negative way, and like instead of that it uplifts you in a positive way. So we were given to work with terracotta, we were given to work with metals and different sort of POP, different sort of items, clothes, fabric, and a lot of other materials, because materials teach us a lot in terms of its flexibility, in terms of it how it adapts in the surroundings, how it weaves with other materials, and its adaptability and everything. So if you notice that very, because I think observation plays a very important role of whenever you're doing the simple things, how do you respond? How do we learn from those small things, that how people and surroundings affects a lot. So when I was working with terracotta is, it's a beautiful material, because being with earth, being with soil, playing with soil, learning different skills like coiling, then mulling technique, and then this is some atta gunte, how we dough the rotis. You have to do it like that. Then working on the throwing wheel, that's a different skill altogether. But all of these things teaches something. In coiling, if we learn coiling in terracotta, it always breaks, and it's very hard for it to be in one shape, in one round, and you have to understand the technicality of where I would have to put water, where I have to put that hole, which tool I have to use when, so which strength I have to use at which point of time. So I think the small things can teach you a lot of things if we pay attention. So for me, that playing with terracotta, playing with soil, uh, gave me a lot of learnings, gave me a lot of things about how to be with people, how what people you have to surround yourself with or bring in your circle. And then same when you play with when you when we went into jewelry department, we were told to make different set of items in jewelries from copper wire, then straightening the wire and then making it and then cutting it. So in that also it requires a lot of strength. So in all of these activities were sometimes we were solo, sometimes we were a group of people, and every time the group would be different. So from starting we used to identify our people, like now how do we identify people, right? So either you see that if their mindset is resonating with us, whatever ideas we are having in mind, or whatever set of emotions or thoughts or whatever sense of building blocks I have in mind, do they also resonate with that? If something sinks, people resonate a lot much better. Of course there are a lot of no's also, a lot of yes also, but a balance supports the whole ecosystem. So starting from that, we started identifying of who are the right people who we can be friends with, and who are our colleagues, who are our who are the people who will be there with us for a long time whenever we need help in terms of let's say projects or going out and everything. So you would always notice that in college times, people we hang out with were different. People we sometimes people we do our projects with would be different, because someone who is studious would do project much more in a better way rather than someone. But it can be both ways also. It's not that what I'm saying is always the right thing. It can be in two different ways too. Now after this, when I talk about sustainable living, of course, it always becomes much more easier when the people we are friends with, they also value those ideas. Let's say if I started, so my roommate, she was very cooperative and she was the best roommate I've got. So I thought, let's not keep dustbin in our room, because if we keep dustbin, whenever we see it, we'll add some trash in it. So we'll keep bringing the trash, we'll keep adding the trash. Instead, let's keep it outside. Let's remove it from our room. And suddenly, bringing that one change changed our behavior in terms of throwing trash. So we started thinking towards, we can keep these packets for recycling, or we can reuse this, or don't need to throw this. We can instead it can be used. We have to throw this, so we can step out and throw it. So we are also conscious that yeah, what we are taking it to the dustbin and what we are taking for keeping it for reusing and recycling it. So when we keep something at a distance, like if it was not in our room, it was outside, that span of time brings a thinking in our mind that yes, I need to throw it, or don't need to throw it. I need to throw it in a different dustbin or this dustbin. So that brings a gap in process in terms of giving you that thinking time. So I think that one change brought a lot of shift in basically throwing up the waste. Second change we brought that you would always heard that how you want the vibe to be or the aura to be, make your room in that way. Surround, let's say if you love flowers, keep flowers in a room. Bring go to market every day, or you can order it, and keep fresh flowers, or like rose, marigold, or sunflowers, whatever you love, tulips, whatever you like. Keep a bunch of flowers. If it uplifts you, if the color keeps your mood happy. So I think first our surrounding has to be positive, to let other people, and like before bringing other people in that surrounding, because if your aura and if your surrounding is not uh, very positive and very vibrant, people won't come into your space and make it more vibrant, right? So I think the change starts with us, and then, of course, the right set of people. Suppose we are magnet. Firstly, let's say I'm I'm like attracting different set of people who wants to come in this space I've built up and amplify that space in a much more you know energized way. So that one change when I bought, and then we started slowly, testing out how to grow sprouts, how to grow methi, fenugreek seeds, the small changes. And when I think we also started finding out different volunteering activities when we used to get free time during our college days. And one of the volunteering activities, like we did wall mural painting from with Save Soil movement, and these small activities that we take part in also brings a lot of change because in that volunteering activity. So now, why did I choose Save Soil wall mural painting? I would have chosen something different. We also did a lot of this trash collecting drives and everything, waste collection drives, and I also became part of Global Shapers Jaipur, which is a part of Global Shapers community, in working towards SDG goals, that is city led and problems to that space and bring solutions. So now, why did I choose all of these? Because I always have this one thing in mind that I want to work for the environment, for the society, for the people. And now it depends on you what you want to work towards. Then only you will attract those things. Let's say if you're a person who is fond of traveling, you will now in traveling the different sets. One is conscious traveling, one is traveling just cafe hopping, or one is traveling, just for uh, uplifting your mood. So these choices change the way you navigate yourself with. So I was a person who was believing in all these things. That's why my mind shifted towards going towards these points that yeah, I volunteer here, I want to volunteer here, I want to work here, I want to go to this place, this place, this place. So and these things changes because of a lot of perceptions in your mind. Now now how here people play a role. Let's say if two three of my friends would have told me why you are doing all of these, it does not make any sense, you would do it and it's a lot of effort, it's a lot of hard work, you'll be giving 3 days of time, whole day to just paint a wall. So if you're surrounding yourself with people who are demotivating you, of course a change will come. But if you're surrounding yourself with people who are motivating you, that yeah, we'll also join you, let's say for 2 hours or 3 hours, and help you out. We'll be also coming and seeing what you do and just cheer you up. So surround yourself with people who will cheer you up, who will be happy in your happiness. That is very important. So stay tuned for next part where I'll be sharing few incidents and few places that have brought a lot of change in in all of these things that would have happened and would have become because the place, let's say if I'm currently living in Gujarat, I'm currently living in Mumbai, Delhi, or Himachal, these all places also affects because its geography, its surroundings, the vegetation, the culture, everything affects a lot. So take a pause, just grab a notebook or just sit in a silent room and think and thank those people who or friends or mentors or teachers who have played a very important role in shaping, in thinking, in perception, and a lot of different things.